Hello and welcome to the Love Draw Daily. This is the cronecast at the rising moon, and we're taking cards for the collective's love energy. Remember, when we're in a collective, we all share the same potential energy for connection, and I also do the spirit guide daily as well. Remember, all messages will be timeless. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you like the reading, please don't forget to subscribe. Let's check what the love energy is for the collective today. I have the star in the upright. Hooray. That is dreams coming true. It's a card of having faith. It is also the card for the astrological sign Aquarius. I have the Three of Wands in reverse. Careful, that's one of the energies for an open relationship. It's a really good sign for like meeting somebody, but maybe you haven't like settled into like we're committed to each other yet. And then I have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, which is about learning lessons and mastering things. Now, for some people, the person that you're meant to be with is already in your life, but like you're still learning about each other. You currently do not seem to have committed to just seeing one another. Listen, I'm going to be really honest. If you've just started seeing somebody, learn more about them, because that Three of Wands in reverse can unfortunately mean a third party being involved. It doesn't look as if you're in the dark on that, but sometimes people, addiction, be careful. An addiction is affecting this relationship. With these particular cards, you could be involved with somebody who's in recovery. You could also be being warned about a tendency towards codependency. I'm not minding it too much in that because that's a vice energy as well, meaning that, you know, good, strong, sexy time energy with that. But the Three of Wands in reverse is troubling me just a little bit, particularly for people who have just started seeing somebody. Listen, I tell this to anybody. If you have just started seeing somebody, it's okay to run a cursory background check on them to make sure that the story that they've told you matches up with the story of public records. It's all like $13 on a lot of different sites. And no, it's not invasive, not in this day and age, particularly if you've met somebody through dating apps. There's just saying here that the other thing that could mean is that they simply have not told you that they're in recovery on something, which, you know, in the early stages of a relationship, that makes sense, but you do deserve over the course of time. Interesting. Gossip, light attribute, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust, but the shadow attribute is thrives on power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Listen, not my favorite message to deliver, but be careful of the wolf in sheep's clothing type of energy that the addiction and the gossip energy with that Three of Wands in reverse is saying. Listen, I never want to rain on somebody's parade, and it is so... and remember, this is general. It does not necessarily apply to your situation. If you think it does, delve more deeply into it. But it would appear for people involved in a new relationship that it is not a closed relationship at this particular time. If you want it to be, that is something that you're going to have to kind of sit down and have the talk with. Don't assume that somebody is on the same page as you. Make sure that they are. With the addiction card, listen, I normally only get one of those cards. I'm going to get another one simply because if you have been recovering from codependency, remember it is technically a form of addiction and you have to proceed with care. You have to make sure that you still have, you know, I always tell people to think of it as a pie, and if the pie has 8 pieces, then your relationship is only ever meant to make up about 2 of those pieces. The bulk of your life is yours. The bulk of your experience is yours. We can share parts of it with other people, but make sure you're not focusing too much energy on a relationship. Intuition, you already know the answer you seek. Listen, I'm going to be really honest. That Three of Wands in reverse is one of the cards that I see for people with sexual addiction in combination with particular other cards. Be just a little bit careful for people embarking on new relationships. But it's not all dreary news about addiction. Listen, you're meeting somebody for people who are just getting back out there. You're meeting somebody potentially through a friend, potentially through a social media site as well, because that's one of the energies of the star. Could be somebody on TikTok, somebody on Facebook, somebody that like people are pressuring you to kind of let in and have a chance. Don't close yourself off, even if you've had like kind of disastrous relationships in the past. Remember, you're different. You will have different results. You've mastered a situation. Be careful for some people, though. This is genuinely a card of open relationships. And if that's not the page that you're on, if you're seeing somebody, without freaking out about it, because remember, it can't apply to everybody, ascertain whether or not you're truly in a committed space with that person. And then the intuition and addiction energy is just a little bit odd. There's this energy on this particular draw is a little bit odd. There's a little bit of a, I'm not going to say a red flag energy, and it's not going to hold true for everyone. For some people, what you learn actually kind of gives you a sense of power in the situation. For other people, like you're involved in a situation where I think an ex is attempting to come back. So just be a little bit aware of that one as well. Okay, that was the daily love draw, what the love energy is. It's a little bit challenging today. It's a little bit challenging today, and a little bit of caution to make sure that what you're pursuing is what the person of interest is pursuing as well. For people hoping to meet somebody, hallelujah, lots of energy around meeting somebody, but it's the beginning stages and it's not a closed relationship yet. Remember, take it at the pace that you need to feel safe. And with the addiction and the intuition energy, if you're somebody who has been recovering from codependency, take it slowly, wade in through the kiddie pool and stay there for a little bit, just to make sure you stay in a healthy place, okay? That was the daily love draw. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.